Warning, extreme dustiness to come. Adult onset asthma, bronchitis, or emphysema could happen by watching this video. So this is your opportunity to scroll away if you so choose. If you're sticking with me, let's get into it. With the downturning of the economy, the repercussions that came with the pandemic and such, it has really exacerbated homosexual season or cuffing season. And we started trying to warn folks really early on in the season that this type of thing was a possibility, to know your rights, tenant rights, and all of that stuff. But the main thing, don't move a person into your house. Do not move one of these people into your house. Anyways, this post was posted on Facebook. It says, I live in Colorado. I've been living with my partner 7.5 years, so she wouldn't have benefited from our warnings, but you guys can benefit. I've been living with my partner 7.5 years. He owes me $25,000 for not paying bills, borrowing money, not helping with rent or mortgage, etc. He's been living on my VA check, paying the bills despite my asking for money. We have a joint bank account together, credit cards together, have a shared loan we purchased that has his name and my name with his last name we signed, etc. Are we common law in this state? If so, where can I find my rights? I've looked everywhere and finding contradicting information. He recently was given a house that is valued over $300,000, and he says he will not pay me a dime on the sale of the house. I purchased a house in my name that we were planning to flip because he owed a lot of back child support and couldn't be on the loan. We currently live here now. He barely helps pay, clean, etc. Now I'm realizing he's just been using me and has been extremely verbally abusive, so I told him to leave. Do I have rights? I'm desperate. This woman has an unfortunate parasite problem, but some of the things that she missed out on that we will continue to speak on. Do not get with these dudes that have kids, and certainly do not mess with any of these people that have back child support. Stop doing that, and stop commingling your money. Stop commingling your money. If they don't have the credit to do things, why are you commingling your money with them? And then he's getting verbally abusive, and he's selfish. So he is in this simply to suck the time, energy, and resources off of her. And it's obviously a parasitic relationship because he has come into money and does not want to, pour back into the relationship. She's invested. But he's like, nope, you just gave me a gift. I didn't ask you for that gift. And she has no rights, or she's desperately looking for some rights. So, ladies, stop doing this. Stop doing this. Stop acting like love is enough. Stop rescuing these men that are behind on child support. Stop rescuing these men, period. Stop being a Barbara the Builder. So the next dusty situation coming off of Reddit, this woman is wondering if she was too harsh. Okay, details. Was she too harsh? Details. 4 total dates over 7 weeks. No sex, no oral. We were not exclusive. Texted approximately every other day, but not always, and it was minimals. Lived 3 hours apart. I paid for all of my meals and drinks, and some of his. We split any Ubers we took. Me, a 41-year-old female with a 13-year-old daughter, was married for 10 years now, divorced for 6. Him, 38 years old, never married, no kids. Longest relationship was 21 months. After 4 dates, the last of which was for my work Christmas party, which included an overnight at a hotel, which I paid for also, I decided that we were not a good fit due to lifestyles, personalities, distance, and the fact that he didn't have a car. He lives in a large city, and just a weird feeling I was getting. He had never once paid for a date. I always paid for myself or for both of us because it was such a small amount to split. He was unbelievably cheap. I know he made decent money and went out frequently, so that wasn't an issue. I sent him a text saying, hey, thanks for coming this weekend. You're a nice guy, but I don't see this working out long term. Best of luck. After this text, I was bombarded over the course of 3 days with lengthy texts about how he was blindsided and that he needed reasons why. He was falling for me and thought I was falling for him. How could I dump him over a text? He felt led on after all of that. He hoped I wasn't scared that he'd stalk me, but he just has pandemic anger. And I was the one bright spot in his life. It was just on and on. I apologized and said I was sorry he felt led on, but we only had gone on 4 dates. And on the last date, when he asked about being exclusive, I flat out told him I didn't want that. And I was fine if he was dating other people. I listed my reasons as being distance, lifestyle. He goes out to bars a lot. I don't. And different personality types. This encompassed a lot of things for me that I didn't list because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I let him know his comments were a little scary because we'd only known each other a little over a month, and he was acting like we had been dating for years. I asked him to respect my decision and that I truly did wish him the best. He replied and said that I was acting shitty and cold like his shittiest ex, and I wasn't allowed to end the conversation when I wanted. He again mentioned pandemic anger and said he only takes it out on random objects, not people or kids. He said he assumed once my kid went to college in 5 years that I'd move to his city, and as far as his lifestyle, he's been going out a lot less over the last year. He goes out 4 to 5 times a week. He then mentioned he noticed I changed my Facebook photo to a picture from the Christmas party without him in it, and that was very hurtful. He was never on my Facebook friends list, and my Facebook is private, so he went to purposely look. Then he said the conversation could be done now, but he liked to leave the door open for the future. I've since blocked any profile of his I could find on social media, blocked his number, and I'm a little freaked out. Was I too harsh with my assumption that I could just send a sorry, I'm not feeling this text after 4 days? A few things I want to go over with this situation is that homosexuals are not always without a home. Sometimes they just want to suck your resources out of you. They want to use your time, energy, and resources, and they can save their money for the things that he wants to do. So this woman, she's saying that she's going on dates, but is she really going on dates? If she is, I mean, I guess they are going out together. She's paying and sometimes paying for him. So he doesn't have any investment in this situation for her to be considering this dating at all. Yet he goes out on his own 4 to 5 times a week. So he is spending money. He just does not see her as valuable enough to spend money on her. Some very wise women that get in my comment section have said that time, slowing things down, taking your time with these people is the best way to see if somebody is love bombing you or attempting to manipulate you. This woman was able to see that pretty quickly because this dude is supposedly falling for her, according to him, falling for her. How you falling for somebody after 4 get-togethers? I wouldn't even call them dates. Love bombers have to try to get their teeth stuck into you very quickly. So this is how you see if they're manipulating you to use you for your resources. A lot of these people, they might have a place to live right now, but your place is probably a little bit more comfier, a more home-like. So you have got to keep them away from you. Tis the season to just keep these people away from you. I don't know what it is right now, but this is just not the right time. And there is literally no easy way or good way or right way to let these people down. So doing it via text or just ghosting and blocking has got to, I guess that is the safest way, because if he starts all of this because of being let down in a mannerable way, in the kindest way she could say, imagine if he was in proximity to her or, basically with her. It could have been very, very terrible. And so this is the main reason I am doing these types of things, because these Dusties and their behaviors, could turn bad quickly. Now, if you're one of my TikTok followers, the link to the video will be embedded in this comment section. If you are my YouTube followers, the video is going to follow. But basically, this Dusty took his family out, took members of his family out and himself out over a property dispute. He felt he should have access to a house that was left by his mother. We have got to see what these people are capable of when they are no longer able to suck from a host. So just be careful, and don't forget to jump in the comments and like, comment, share.
Well, it's outrageous. Another violent weekend in Memphis. This time, our entire city was put on alert as a 52-year-old man went on a shooting rampage. 4 of his family members were killed, including his estranged wife. Police say Mavis Christian Jr. then turned the gun on himself. Action News 5's Stephanie Douglas joins us now live after speaking to one of the family members. Stephanie, tell us about it.
Well, Joe, a 5th victim in all of this is Mavis Christian Jr.'s 15-year-old great niece. Now, she is set to be released from here at Regional 1 Hospital sometime today after he allegedly shot her 7 times. Now, as you can imagine, that this is going to be a very long road of recovery for this family and everyone involved, both mentally and physically. Celeste Manuel, whose mother was killed, tells me this was a very traumatic thing for her to witness after the fact.
Like, I had to see my mother on the ground already dead.
Celeste Manuel is grieving the shooting deaths of the most important people in her life. Her mother, Ruby Manuel, her 38-year-old sister, Letitia Bobo, and her niece, 13-year-old Tori Christian, were all shot and killed by her uncle, 52-year-old Mavis Christian Jr. on Saturday.
It's blood everywhere. You know, it was just a very traumatic scene to see.
Memphis police says during the shooting rampage, Christian then drove to 196 Howard Drive to kill his estranged wife before turning the gun on himself. Celeste says she doesn't know what led to this tragedy, but believes it was over a year-long argument over property.
The house that my grandmother left them, he felt like he should have a right to stay in the house, but at the time when my grandma passed, it was young girls living in the house, and we didn't want him staying there with them because we just didn't feel safe.
She says whatever caused her uncle to snap, this behavior wasn't out of his character.
He went to jail for attempted murder. He's been in and out of jail for domestic abuse, violence against his wife. I just think that was just his character.
Now, again, such a sad story for everyone involved. Celeste tells me, meanwhile, the funeral arrangements for her mom, her sister, and her niece have not been planned yet. But meantime, they're just trying to take everything day by day. But for now, reporting live in front of Regional 1 Hospital, I'm Stephanie Douglas, Action News 5.